Hello to my Virgos. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's see what this week brings for you, Virgos. Talking to you wherever Virgo is in your birth chart. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Let us see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards, Virgos. Video is for the 30th of September through October 7th. That's right. The cycle ends on the 1st of October, so finish out this cycle strong. Close it out so you can start this new cycle in Libra on October 2nd in peace. Be at peace and balance within. So you can start making room for a better life for yourselves. All right, let's do it. Let's see what's in your cards. Yep, 4 of Swords, so you can get some rest. Somebody has love coming across their path. I love it. Or something that's going to save you from being around toxic energies. Like I see you in a more, here we have the 4 of Swords here. Here we have the Knight of Cups here. Here we also have the 10 of Cups here. So something is going to come across your path and is going to help you to, really just kind of help save you from just being around, just toxic energies, whether it's in the workplace, just in general, your personal or your professional life. Something is going to help you. Here we have the 6 of Wands here. The 5 of Pentacles here. Yeah, because I feel like somebody is just kind of sort of tired of people who just want to just, get what they need to get from you and just kind of leave you out in the cold. Like, in other words, they get what they need from you, Virgos, and then they don't give you the reason why. So they give you bits and pieces of stuff. Like, I feel like somebody is just kind of tired of just being connected to those types of energies. So it just leaves you with, like, feeling like you're doing all the work. Like, you're just booked and busy, but you're also burdened and carrying some kind of burden and bitterness, and you don't even know why you're carrying some kind of burden and bitterness. So I feel like somebody's kind of getting back in the saddle again and moving forward, just like moving on from something. Like, basically, like leaving behind. The number 6 is in the shape of a rounded back and a bulging belly, right? So somebody's like leaving a bridge burn, like leaving behind confusion, chaos and confusion. Somebody's like, you know what? I need to move on from chaos and confusion. I don't even want to be connected to chaos and confusion. I like being in spaces. Like, look at these 2 pictures here. Very telling. Very telling. You like to be in places where it's warmer. It's more, more inviting. Even the food looks healthier. These people look like they've frozen. Got on masks, coat, like they're shivering out in the cold, snow. Like, just kind of left out in the cold. Like, somebody doesn't want to be in spaces like that anymore, where it just feels like, okay, you just feel left out. If it's in the workplace, you feel like, okay, you're not, people giving you half information. You left off emails. Somebody forgot this, somebody forgot that. They forgot to tell you about this such and such event going on in the workplace. It's like you sporadically just find out, oh, by the way, that kind of stuff. So somebody's just kind of tired of that. And so that's why you're now, or it just what geographical location, wherever you are. Somebody wants to be booked and busy, but not carrying some kind of confusion, that burden, around with you, of being around energies that are trying to be familiar with everything that's going on in your, like, the nosy energies. They nosy, they want to know what's going on in your, in your life, just to go back and gossip and tell other people. Like, somebody's just ready, really closing out your vault door. Right. And on top of that, you're respecting other people's space as well. Right. So somebody is ready for, just ready to give it something a rest on both sides. It's like, you don't want to be that person that's nosy, trying to be all in people's lives. You like, give people some space, respect their boundaries, but you're also enforcing your boundaries as well. So you're definitely balancing some things out, and that's where moving towards, when you meticulously look at your own life. The moon is in Virgo. When you look at your own life, like, you just don't want to be a part of what's going on in other people's lives. If they give people the cold shoulder, you like, and you're closing your own vault door. Like, it's not that deep. So that's how you're gonna save yourself. That's how you're gonna save yourself, and then also for your future self, like in terms of your own legacy, that's how you're going to save yourself, is just And your part of your legacy is don't give people access to what you don't want people to know, because people will add to that. They'll create whatever. Water talks about creativity, speaks of our creativity. They'll create a whole nother story around something. So here we have the moon card. Yeah. So I definitely feel like and people will believe it. People will believe whatever they want to believe. This is the I believe sign right here. And if you got wolves in sheep's clothing, people will believe it. They'll believe that, right? People will believe whatever they want to believe, right? So if they say that you're a wolf in sheep's clothing and somebody comes back and tell them that, and people choose to believe that, guess what? That's the only thing they're focusing on, that you are a wolf in sheep's clothing, or that you don't know your job, or that you slept your way to the top, or you you did some kind of backdoor deal to get your land, or whatever the case may be. That's, people will believe what they want to believe. So source is saying you are learning how to not be in those types of spaces. Matter of fact, you like pushing back from the table. If this is the kind of conversations y'all having at family functions, in the workplace, I'm gonna be a part of the conversation. It's like somebody splashing dirty water on you. You don't want to be contaminated. It's like somebody splashing acid, like battery acid. Like, I only want to get burned by that. Don't want to be a part of it. So, because you know your worth and your value, and you're not trying to devalue another human being. So you're like, I don't want to be a part of that. Yep. That's circus, right? You don't want to be. So somebody's freeing themselves, liberating themselves. Yep. You only want to be a part of it. So so you're definitely leaving something behind. You don't want to be a part of something, like I said. So that could mean you're just a part of a, like I said, where everything is not dependent upon how much your clothes cost, or what your zip code is, or you see how these people are dressed sitting around a table. They relaxed. They got good healthy food. You got avocado on the table. That's healthy fat, right? People are relaxed, laid back, those kind of things. Everybody at that table could be very wealthy, but you wouldn't know it because that's not the primary focus. They're probably pouring into each other creative ideas, this kind of thing, thinking about legacy, what's the legacy you want to leave behind. So here we also have the Page of Swords here. Yeah. Versus being around people who are just cold and stuffy and, just giving this image, this image that, oh yeah, with this and that, but you don't know how they created their legacy, who was sacrificed for that legacy, for that, So source is saying, yeah, you're not trying to create a nightmare for somebody's life, but you're not letting people create a nightmare for yours either. So the Nine of Swords speaks to Gemini, and we're not talking about any Geminis that you know, but in tarot, each one of these cards connects us with a zodiac sign or zodiac signs, right? But the Nine of Swords is you're ending something, like meaning, so Gemini's energy is sent outward. It is a sender, right? You got senders and receivers. So you're sending out the message by no longer talking about or to certain energies, like gossiping, right? Talking trash, engaging in gossip with cold-hearted energies. You don't even want to be connected to that. Like, you don't even want any emotional connection. That's how you are saving yourself. And that's how you're saying you're getting back on your horse and you're getting as far away from that as possible. You're moving on to greener, warmer pastures where there's growth, where, you're meeting these people at various stages in their lives. You don't know what they've had to leave behind either, right? So you're not at the table trauma bonding. So that's what I'm saying for you all. So this is what somebody's doing this week. You're making as the new moon, we're in a new moon phase, new moon, new you are committed. This is your commitment to self. Like, this is the chapter that you're in, a more peaceful, balanced out life. That is when you're going to see, like, every zodiac sign gets to see the emotions of another zodiac sign. Like, whatever your moon sign is, everybody gets to feel what another zodiac feels, like through their moon sign. So whatever, let's say for instance, your moon is in Libra, or let's say for instance as a cross watcher, your moon is in Virgo, right? if your moon is in Virgo and you get a chance to feel what moon in Virgo feels like, very meticulous, very, this keen sense of just kind of analyzing everything, on the light side of things. But then we'll move into, like I said, the moon in Libra, where you crave balance, right? And peace. Like you don't want to be in settings where it's going to disrupt your peace down the line or disrupt somebody else's peace down the line. You want to have peaceful alliances, sacred, divine connections, right? So that's what I'm seeing here in your card. So somebody does not want to be in relationships where you always feel like you walk in a tightrope because you're around energies that have the worst possible ideas about everything, everybody, because you already been on that receiving end of that. So, yeah, where everything feels like a chess game. Yeah. So you're not interested in a game. You're not interested in playing mind games. Yeah. And that's the quickest way to get someone to close their vault door off from you, especially if people are at a different phase of their lives. They don't want to deal with the mind games. So that's where I feel like that's where you are. You don't want to deal with the mind games. You don't want to deal with the mind games. So let's say, for instance, during this cycle, right? You said something or you did something that you feel like later on it could come back to bite you. Let's say you were at a table, you were talking to some people. We got moon energy, moon water. It connects us to water. It reflects. Maybe somebody recorded something. Somebody video recorded something, or you were talking to somebody, they recorded something, you felt like they recorded something or whatever. That was just a phase of life. That was a phase of life that you may have been in, right? The energy will come back on them because of the intention. It's always the intention behind it. Not everybody is like that. So Source is saying, Source is saying to you, when you're around cold-hearted people, that's how they exist on a regular basis. They always have something they want to use against somebody. Somebody said, somebody did something. That's all they do. That's all they do is hold on to people's past. They literally walk around back-breaking stuff. But guess what? Just like people have held on to your past, Virgo, they never get it. It's never really clear. It's never really clear. It's, oh, I heard this, I heard that. So by the time it gets back to you, the story is so salacious. You wonder who they even talking about. They even talk. You're like, wait a minute, what? Who are they talking about again? They can't be talking about you. They cannot be talking about you, right? So because it's so much has been added to certain things. You're like, oh wow, oh okay. So yeah, so anyway, so Source is saying you're closing out your vault door. Here we have the universe, and the universe fully supports it. Universe fully supports it. Here we have the Judgment card. Yeah, fully supports it. Because you're trying to break generational cycles, chains, and curses, right? And so even if, like I said, even if you've done something, like I said, this week, this cycle, when this cycle started, that you feel like later on can come back to bite you. You said something, you feel like it's going to come back to bite you. Source is saying to you, there's always a way to fix things in the spirit realm. Source is saying to you, close your vault door, detach, cut ties with the very energies, like just cut ties with certain energies. Just take out the sword, cut ties. You're not playing games anymore. Because at some very moment you realize some energies, continuing to align yourself with certain energies, like I said, could create a nightmare for you. Just create a nightmare for you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Yeah, so here we have the High Priest. Yeah. Just because of who they're aligned with. Right? Always looking for something in the physical sense. Some kind of a, we got this information, we can use something against you, such and such and such and such. Not just I heard. We got something physical, we can use it against you, something. So Source is saying to you, you can pray for those energies. So It's two energies in particular. Two energies in particular. Two energies in particular. Let me say this, there's two types of energies in particular. There's always a third, there's a spirit in between all of that, and it's misery that loves company. It's misery that loves company. There's always another energy in between. Another energy in between. All right. So, but yeah, it's a spirit. It's a spirit of, just like I said, misery. Likes to play a lot of mind games. Likes to try to use people's past because that's how some people build their legacy. That's how some people, that's their legacy. Using people's words, actions, past, gossip, all of that against them. So this is like, those are the energies. That's how you're going to save yourself, by just like I said, Five of Swords, moving on from those energies. I mean, committing yourself to saying, when you come in contact with just people in general, they like to sit around, gather gossip about energies, and they gather what they needed to gather from you, whatever that is, no matter how small it is. So it's just saying to you, the moment you realize, and sometimes you're going to see it ahead of time, because you're going to see how they treat other people. They get what they need from other people. They're going to be like, oh my God, that reminds me of somebody in my family, right? It's going to start reminding you it's like deja vu for somebody. It's going to start reminding you of some people in your own family. Here we have the Eight of Cups. So yeah, your head and heart are no longer at war with each other. Somebody has definitely moved on. It's just disappointing. It really is just disappointing, if anything. Yeah. And so Source is saying, now it's time for you to just pour into you. Just pour into yourselves. So here we have the Knight of Swords here. Yep. So Source is saying it's time for you to get focused. Like really, really get focused, because once you detach from those types of energies, they get fighting mad. They get fighting mad. So, but what you're fighting for is rest. You're fighting for finally trying to get your rest away from those types of energies, right? Because again, those types of energies could have caused you nightmares. And so just running back and forth in and out of your life, just gossiping, getting information. And that's what you're fighting for. You're fighting for your rest. So what I'm seeing for somebody is a part of your detachment is getting rid of everything that connects you to them. So if you're leaving a job, that means just the spirit of all of that. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. I mean, you may be saging, cleansing. It's just a lot of different ways you can spiritually cleanse. So if it's still, like, let's say you have a lanyard from a job, or like, people sometimes keep pens, or like, notepads, or anything that had that spirit of what on it. When you remember, oh my gosh, I got this from my job, and it takes you back in that memory. A lot of times people don't even consider those things. Or maybe you got like sometimes departments like give away like little gifts, just to give you like kudos or something like that, just to say congratulations for job well done, team building activities, those kind of things, all of that. Deep cleansing or get rid of it. Yeah. Page of Swords. So yeah, I feel like this is the week that somebody's been going around with a notepad. Somebody been going around, like seriously analyzing everything. Do I have anything that connects me with anything that's, connecting, that could be connected to a nightmare, a past nightmare, anything. A piece of string, a bubblegum wrapper, anything. So, yeah. So I feel like somebody's going to be doing and just the fact that you're such a meticulous sign, I feel like somebody's going to do, when you're talking about balancing out your internal scales for peace, I feel like somebody is really making room for an aesthetically pleasing life for yourself. Like for things to flow to you the way that you need them to flow to you, right? So you're not necessarily worried about something coming back, because once you close out your vault door, like I said before, whatever energy is trying to send your way, that's going to go back. That's just going to go back, because it's just, like I said, it's just going to go back. Anyway, let's keep moving forward. Let's see what you got in your oracle cards here. Let's see. So yeah, it's easy to kind of, especially since you all are ruled by Mercury communication card, that may be something for you all to like really be aware of. It's like people just kind of getting you into some conversations about stuff. It may seem like innocent at first, but all of a sudden you get to talking and all of a sudden you're just like, oh shoot. Oh, stop at that very moment. Stop. Oh, let me switch gears here. So, yeah. And then if you have kids or grandkids or whatever, you're also passing that down as part of the legacy to them too. If you're around people who are sitting around just talking, gossiping or whatever, hey, stop the conversation. Yeah, joy. Somebody may know somebody named Joy. Shooby-dooby-doo. Yeah, so when I look at your cards here, Source really wants you to protect your energy, but it's time for you to take action, right? Time to take action, right? So Source is just saying, taking action for you is just like springing forward, like you taking the initiative to just leave something, like add some structure and be authoritative. Like it's time for you to take action, meaning saying, okay, instead of you just going along with people's flow, it's their way or the highway. It's time for you to take some kind of action and say, you need to spring forward and close your own vault door. Like stop the conversation. No more conversation. Could be an Aries involved as well. Yeah, stop the conversation. That's what we talk. There's nothing to talk about. I'm not trying to get wrangled in your conversation. Yeah, not trying to get caught up in the conversation. Don't even want to be a part of it. Don't want to get part of it. Because that's what I'm seeing here in your cards. If you're talking to them over the phone, they're recording it. So you know. I'm always mindful and live only within each moment I have. Yeah. And with that, and so Source is saying to you, those are the types of environments that you want to be in, where you can't even trust the people that you feel like, you're sitting around a table, you just feel like, okay, you feel like you can just talk freely, but then later on something comes back that bites you, and it's like, oh, we're all part of, we're all connected, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. You dated a family member. You used to date my brother. You used to date my sister. You were thinking about marrying somebody. We were like family at some point. We've been in the same organization together. Those kind of things, right? Karma. There's nothing from the past life that can be addressed in the current life. There it is. That's right. That can't be addressed in the current life. Yep. So it's just saying, yeah, people will get you wrangled into some stuff, and next thing you know, you caught up in some stuff, some conversations that you didn't even know was happening. Abundance, I now release the storehouse of abundance that is rightfully mine. The money I require is with me on the invisible plane of manifestation. I wait with excitement for the physical release, physical manifestation into my life. That's right. So abundance. And that's what Source is trying to help somebody do. That's what Source is trying to help somebody to learn how to do, is this like, there's energies that will get what they need from you. They know that you all are a very meticulous sign. You all are a perfectionist sign. Like you want to get things right. And they'll sit there and they know that you all like to communicate. You're ruled by the communication planet. And sitting there just listening to everything you're saying. But at the same time, they're recording it. Yep. So Source is saying, once you make that bold move to say, I need to go ahead and cut ties, this is where somebody is going to start saying, in order for me, the only way I'm gonna get some rest for real is not to be, oh my God, I wonder what, I don't know what. The only way you're gonna get is completely cut ties. Close out your vault door. Move on from the disappointment. Don't sit there and wait. I gotta wait to see what they said, what they know. Don't even really matter. The moment it comes across your mind and you start to think, I wonder if That's source saying to you, that's what's coming through the air, that just that moment of distrust, cut ties right there. So a lot of people can take a note out of other people's book. If you've ever been in a situation, Virgo, where you feel like people have just cut you off abruptly because there's some kind of doubt in their mind, they may not have said they didn't trust you, but it could, something in their spirit felt like you were connected to people that they couldn't trust, and they may have said, okay, I need to cut Virgo off because I can't trust the people that Virgo is connected to in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So it may not even be anything. It may not be you directly. It could be other people that you're associated with, right? At that very moment, Virgo, that you say that about the energies that you have, your head and heart may be at war with each other. Family, blood relative, doesn't really matter. At that very moment, source is saying, cut them off. That may sound harsh to some people, but I'm telling you, this was source is trying to tell you that some people are like, oh my God, they can just cut people off so easy. It's not as easy as people think. Once you catch wind of something, that's source giving you a message. Something in your spirit caught wind of something, like that wind, that air, something about their air, the temperature changed. And you starting to see, and another thing to your advantage, as an earth sign, you start to see the pattern of behavior. Somebody started to notice every time people got information from you, they gave you the cold shoulder. They backed off. They came back. There's something about your spirit that is like, it unnerves some people. It's like, oh, this person is a perfectionist. They just, so on one hand, they'll tell you what you want to hear if you don't know your worth and your value. Oh, everything about you is just perfect. You're this and that, so on and so forth, because there's a spirit behind it. There's a spirit behind it. So that's what social trying to help somebody to start, like, pay attention. It's a spirit behind it. When I say it's a spirit behind it, they're masking something. Yeah. So some new seeds are going to be planted. Brand new seeds are going to be planted in your spirit, because you're going to start seeing some masks come off. Yeah. You're going to start seeing some masks come off. Yeah. Somebody's son likes to talk about people behind their back. Yeah. So, but source is trying to tell you that as you are breaking generational cycles, chains, and curses, this is Pluto right here. Like, and you're operating in your purpose. Remember, the sun illuminates the moon, right? As soon as you start believing in yourself, you start believing in your intuition, right? You got the sun and the moon, right? So your sun sign, moon sign. As soon as you start believing in yourself, and your confidence starts to build, and you start saying, then you're going to see exactly what, then it's going to start making sense. So it's going to start making sense. You're like, oh, wow, as long as you were just going along with the flow, the conversation, the key sessions and all of that, as long as you was going along with the flow, then hey. But then you started to notice, I'm getting a cold shoulder. As soon as people get what they need from me, I'm just getting a cold shoulder. At some point, you even start justifying it. You start saying to yourself, well, I'm getting what I need too. You start justifying it, but it's always lopsided. It's always lopsided. And the very energies that's talking about other people behind their back and calling it love, doing the same thing about you when you walk out the room. That's what source is trying to tell somebody. Is like, if you walk into any room and you feel the temperature change, or you feel like you walk out of a room and the temperature has changed, other people have felt that same thing. Other people have felt that same thing. Yeah. That's exactly what you'll feel. Talking trash about you. You're getting it. Talking trash about your family jewels, whatever you're sharing. Trash talking to. It's a spirit. It's a particular spirit. So that's what source is trying to help somebody learn how to do. It's just like, leave the distractions behind. You got somebody can have so many distractions, so many conversations going on that they're missing it. So some of y'all are clear. Some of you all are in your thriving mode now. Some of you all are, and we're not talking about because your job is thriving. Some of y'all get it. Like, some of you all get it. So be bold and make the first move. There's that cardinal sign, right? That's why somebody's gonna start saying is like, people talking about people behind their back. That's why some people, they'll leave a company, they cut everybody off. That's how traumatic it was for some people. Like, why they don't keep in contact with anybody when they leave the company? That's how traumatic something was for somebody. Or they cut their whole family off. That's how traumatic. That's how deep the sword wounds have been. They cut their whole family off. They cut off that group of people. They cut off. They don't want to co-parent with somebody. That's how many sword wounds was in somebody's back. Until somebody has gone through that directly, until you've gone through, then somebody may not understand. Somebody gonna start understanding people who are wearing masks, really wearing masks, walking around out here wearing masks. So yeah, and then tap into your well of joy within you, right? That well of joy, source is your joy, like that well, like that, that deep well of joy, that water. That's when I say joy, right? So your name becomes joy, like that joy within you, right? Instead of looking for joy outside of yourself, joy in, gossip, joy in sugary foods or drinks, or joy in 10 cups of caffeinated coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know what I'm saying. People come to work, they can't even speak until they have their 10 cups of coffee first. Oh my God, whew. Couldn't speak until they had their coffee. But messages from ancestors. They're an incubus. Somebody's dealing with an incubus. So dance around your home as if no one is watching, but heal people just move differently. So something is not as deep as you think it is, but it's time to expand your brand. You have the gift of clairvoyance. He apologizes for betraying you. And at what age did your parents work on their shadow self? And at what age did you work on your shadow self? Love up on yourselves more. But their plan to disrupt your money backfired. Made a positive impact on them. Move in silence and move in peace. But they regret lying to you, whoever they are. But they're a changeling. And so you have the gift of clairsentience. And so whoever it is is still telling lies about you because you don't care. Once you commit, this week is going to be a very peaceful week for somebody. I'm telling you, because you've deposited so much good energy out into the universe. It's going to come back. The way it's going to come back to you, I'm telling you, Virgo, it's going to feel like people just want to give you stuff. And you like, oh, where all this goodness coming from? Free this, free that, advice, money. I mean, just, you can be like, what? I mean, information. That's what's going to keep you closing your vault door. Because you're like, okay, I got to hold on to all this good, this. And I'm not even talking about gossip. I'm talking about stuff that's going to help you build your brand. I mean, like, where's the card? Where's the card? The Page of Swords here. Usually the Page of Swords, the person looks like they're walking on a tightrope, right, with a lot of light bulbs. The ideas that you have, right, because this is what's covering somebody. The ideas that you have about like brands, business deals, those kind of things, and the goodness that you poured out into the universe. Source is saying to you, all of that's going to give you joy, like deep joy within you. Those are the kind of conversations you're only focused on. That's what's going to give you peace this week, for real. When you think about like, I have all these ideas, I survived a lot of people talking about me behind my back, but I survived that. Now I still got all these great ideas. Source, just send me those people. That's what I'm making room for, not the ones that sitting around talking trash about other people. I'm only making. That's what you making. So, yeah. Because you got to wonder why people are so obsessed with people that they say was a great employee at one point. If you love this employee so much and they were so great, why are you so obsessing over, oh, they were just horrible and, oh, God, I'm so glad they got. Why are you still talking about somebody if they were such a horrible employee? They gone. Why are you so obsessed? And if it was that traumatic, why aren't you in therapy? Why don't you just cut them off and say, okay, I'm not talking about them at all? I'm in therapy for that, right? That's enforcing a boundary. So the healer and protector of travelers is with you, but it's time for somebody to start dating again. And if it's somebody's, whoever it is, personal, professional life. So it's like you're not trying to hear all of that. You got a lot of great ideas about stuff you're trying to build. You're not sitting around trying to talk about people. You're trying to talk about ideas that's going to change people's lives for the better. That's what you're trying to talk about. One yes from God is all you need. I'm serious. That's why source is going to put you at different tables. They're going to be people that's going to be like, they're going to be fighting mad because they don't have access to you anymore the way they did. They abused the time. When I tell you the joy that you was looking for on the outside of yourself in conversation with people, something in you is going to have you walking around. You ever seen people that look like they just about, this smile is just about to burst on their face. Like they just look like they just holding in like a inside joke. They just look like they just want to just burst out smiling. That's what this is right here. So that's what Source saying. Cut off everything that connects you with them. Here we have love. I welcome uplifting conversations, into my life today. I'm so grateful for the love I feel each day. I'm willing to allow love to take space in my life. See? These types of energies, they will stalk people on social media. If somebody says anything about anything, they make it somehow about them. I mean, it's like, what? So somebody is learning. Just obsessed. Y'all are seeing once you all close your vault door, I'm telling you, Virgos, and certain family members or friends or ex-colleagues or whatever, on one hand, they appreciate the fact that you analyze things, you're meticulous and hardworking and all of that. But they're so hurt that for them it feels like rejection. They're so hurt that they don't have access to your life anymore. It's gonna be like a bell went off in somebody's head. The amount of damage that they're gonna try to do. That's what this moon right here. The amount of damage that they're gonna try to do. That's when it's going to become clear to you. Clarity. So I am clear on my purpose. I'm here for a reason. I am worthy. I'm valuable. I own my truth. I am moving forward in the right direction. I know exactly what I need to do. I take action towards the things that matter. Yeah. It's going to be clear as a bell. But guess what? Then it goes on and on and on. The moment, whenever they wake up and find their purpose and start believing in themselves, somebody's going to do the exact same thing to them. And then they're going to be in the woe is me. I can't believe that's so immature. People need to grow up. People need to get it together. Same thing is going to happen to them. So, sources saying, focus on you. You're going to have a great week. You have a great week. Great week. Great week. There it is. Put yourselves first. I'm innovative. So you are self-started with very innovative ways of creating opportunity. There it is. Your determination and endurance are powerful. It'll help you to get through rough times and reach success. There it is. That's what I have for you. Have a great week, Virgos. Have a great week. All right. Bye.